Are push-ups and pull-ups enough to get jacked? The short answer is yes. And if that's all you're here for, then there's your answer. But if you like to know the context of when it's not enough and when it is, stick around. And in case you're new here, I'm Coach Wisdom. I've been a trainer since 2012 and I've been a gym owner since 2014. So everything I'm telling you is from real life experience. Let's dive straight in. Number one, if you are not treating your push-ups and pull-ups seriously like a main lift in the gym, you will not get jacked doing them. You see, that was the mistake I made when I first started doing push-ups over 20 years ago. I was a kid. I thought because I was busting out a set of 30 and eventually a set of 40, then 50, I was growing muscle. But the thing is, my chest was still pretty flat. I didn't have that upper shelf look that I wanted. And that was my goal with push-ups. I wanted to have a well-developed chest that looked good in a fitted t-shirt. Now there's two reasons why my chest didn't grow. The first reason was because I was focused on only adding reps, and once you get past reps of 30, you're entering the realm of endurance training versus actually building muscle size. Think about it like this. When you first picked up a pair of 10-pound dumbbells, and it was hard for you to do 30 reps with them, but eventually it got easier and easier, and let's say you stuck with the 10-pound dumbbells and you can do 100 reps with them. Your biceps aren't really going to grow that much from you being able to do 30 reps versus 100 reps. You have to lift heavier. And the same concept applies to push-ups and pull-ups. Once you can do a good solid 10 reps, I recommend you add weight to them. You can use a backpack, a dip belt, or even go up a harder variation with just your body weight. As long as you're keeping things challenging, your muscles will have a reason to grow. So remember the simple rule. Add weight once you can do 10 reps pretty easily. Now, even if you apply what we just talked about, here's the second reason why you still won't grow, and that's if you're too light. I remember once training a younger guy, and he was about 5'5", weighing around 110 pounds. And he was able to bust out 50 push-ups super easily, and he could do about 15 chin-ups. But he still had a flat chest and a small back. You see, it won't matter how strong you get at the push-ups or pull-ups if you're super lightweight. You need to gain weight. And you're probably wondering, how much should I weigh for my height to look jacked? This is where we're gonna use a BMI chart, and we're gonna use it differently than it was originally intended. You see, BMI wasn't designed to tell you how muscular you are. But after 20 years of lifting, coaching clients, and watching thousands of body transformations, I've noticed something interesting. When someone is around 10% body fat and their body weight falls somewhere in this 25 to 28 BMI range, that's usually when they start looking noticeably muscular. Now, this isn't a magic number and there's definitely some exceptions. But as a rough guideline, it will give you a pretty good goal. And for reference, I'm about 5'8", I'm 5'9" on a good day, and I weigh 160 pounds, which puts me right around a BMI of 25. So I'm on the lower end of that 25 to 28 range. The second reason why you won't get jacked doing push-ups and pull-ups is if you're doing the movement incorrectly. Most of the videos I see on YouTube of people doing push-ups and pull-ups, a majority of the comments are, he's doing it wrong, not going all the way up, those are half reps. And I agree, because even if you add 90 pounds to your pull-ups and you're going halfway up or halfway down, I hate to be the one to tell you, but if you worked out in my gym, I would tell you that none of them counts. I have a motto that I share with all my clients, and they know me so well they can finish the sentence. I'll tell them if it's not all the way down, they'll respond, it doesn't count. And vice versa. If it's not all the way up, it doesn't count. A full range of motion means your muscles are doing the maximum amount of work. Half reps might let you use more weight, but they also reduce how much the muscle is actually being challenged. So here's a simple rule for you to follow. 1 second at the top and 1 second at the bottom. This ensures that you never rush your pull-ups or your push-ups, and it guarantees when you add weight, the reps still look identical. So get strong, add weight, but do the exercises correctly with the 1 second rule. Now that you understand why and when pull-ups and push-ups are not enough, here's when they are enough. If you're close to 10% body fat and you're at an appropriate weight for your height, and you're incredibly strong at your push-ups and pull-ups in the 8 to 10 rep range, then it will be enough. And a good rule is to be able to add an extra 100 pounds to your push-ups for 10 reps and a bare minimum of 45 pounds to your pull-ups for 10 reps. So are push-ups and pull-ups enough to get jacked? Absolutely, but only if you stop treating them like an endurance exercise and start treating them like a strength exercise. And as long as you're lean and you're at a good weight for your height and you're incredibly strong in the 8 to 10 rep range, then I guarantee that you will have a jacked upper body just from doing push-ups and pull-ups. And if you want a simple routine on how to build strength and muscle, I'll put my next video right here so you can watch that next. And lastly, I know we didn't mention legs at all in this video, but don't skip leg day.